Well, a great start to the season has continued. We are still flying high in the league. We actually managed to get through to the second round of the FA Cup, and in today's video, we're going to see whether we can get to the third. Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to my career save here on Football Manager 2024. My name is Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video, which is part number 3 of the save with our first club here at Spennymoor Town. In today's video, we are going to be playing in the FA Cup second round to try and get to the third round, where we can play against the big boys like the Premier League teams and the like. And we're also going to have a bonus game against Scunthorpe. Why is it bonus? I don't know. It just is. And if you're excited to see how we get on in today's video, don't forget to leave a big like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so, and you'll be able to keep up to date with the nonsense that comes out of this mouth, like me mispronouncing words. So since you were last with us, how have we done? Well, we've done pretty well, actually. The run is the run. It's really good. We've won or drawn every game. We've had some bangers in there like the 4-4 and the 8-2. The 8-2 pay more attention to because that's against our opponents today, South Shields. A Glenn Taylor hat-trick leading the way, but lots of other goals from lots of other players there as well, which is good to see. So it's all going quite well. We've still fallen out with McKeown, but we're not talking about it. We're going to hopefully try and sell him. But no one's coming for him yet because they're not interested. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Now, I have got this formation, I have got this lineup ready. However, I am going to be starting with the standard formation. I was dabbling with whether we start with that, but we're going to go with this because it's the formation that we know and love dearly. We're going to go with the 4-2-3-1, and this is the 11 we're going to be using to hopefully beat South Shields. With one minor change, it's going to be that Ben Bills is going to start. So, the 11 is going to be Mitchell in goal, DeGrucci, Yarney, Beals and McGinley in defence, Dyson and Ross in the middle with Lennon, Fletcher and Richards supporting Taylor up front. The reason why we've got DeGrucci in is because of suspension. Ledger is out with a suspension. Also, new winger Yassin Ben El Mahani is out and not available. He's actually been pretty good for us. He's been a bit ropey here and there, but he does look like he's got some talent. He just can't pass the ball. That's one thing I have kind of discovered with him. But he can run with it quite well. But they're both out, so we are making do with what we've got. It doesn't look like the best team, but it has been effective in the league. But recently we have started seeing its effectiveness wanes. I have been dabbling with tactics. I have tried a 4-3-3. I've been considering going back to the 4-2-4, as you've seen. I'm committing to what has been working for us recently in this one with the 4-2-3-1. I'm pretty sure this is the formation that we used against South Shields in the league game where we won 8-2. Whether it's effective or not, I don't know, but we're going to go for it and we're going to see whether it will do the job. They are playing a narrow diamond. We are familiar with the narrow diamond from our time at Deportivo in our last save. So we'll see whether that's as effective against us as it was for us against other teams. Now we start with a highlight here with Dyson taking a corner, whipping it in. Doesn't really go to anyone, which is a bit disappointing, but we do get the ball here with Richards. Richards, who is now a full Gibraltar international with 2 caps, whips it in, looking for Fletcher, and it is Isaac Fletcher to make it 1-0, and we do lead here at Spennymoor. I should remember the name of the stadium. They're our club, but I have completely forgotten it. I will double check it after the game. Richards comes in here. He's on the opposite side to what he should be, but he just put a beautiful cross in. Fletcher runs away from goal, manages to get back with the header, and it is 1-0. Up the Moors, let's go. Let's do this. Let's get ourselves through to a juicy third round tie against a Premier League club. At least that's what I'm hoping for anyway. Right, Richard just flicks it onto no one here. The thing we spent with South Shields was they just didn't give up in that 8-2. We were winning by like 4 or 5 before they got their first goal. And they did get a couple back around that period. It was just like they just didn't know when they were like the knight from Monty Python. No, it is but a flesh wound. It was a bit more than that. Sorry, lads, it was a bit more than that. Right, Lennon now. Running down the wing, stops, gets to DeGrucci. DeGrucci, who is only playing because he's our only other right back, and our current one that we usually start, is suspended. Richards really should have had a goal there and should have made it 2, but he doesn't. We still keep possession somehow now. Now DeGrucci whipping it in. I'm getting my words mixed up. But we do win a corner. Bit of a mad series of play there, but we really should be making it 2 there. Our finishing has been lacklustre other than Taylor, but Taylor has been carrying us a little bit with the goals. Others have been scoring as well, but really his goals have made... Oh, we just let the ball go there and let them get it. Fortunately, the highlight does end. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing. When Taylor has a bad game, we do struggle to score. It is very noticeable, but when he scores, everyone scores. It's like a weird confidence thing. Now, I don't know whether this game will count as a big game, but remember, we do have a number of players who, A, are inconsistent, and B, don't like big matches. And I'm just wondering whether the big matches thing will carry over. It's an FA Cup game. and that is, you know, it means money. So I just wonder whether it will affect us in any way, shape or form. Taylor couldn't quite get on the end of that there. Their keeper does come out for it, and it is going to be their keeper to launch it long. And it ends up with us. DeGruchy heads it to Fletcher. Fletcher goes out wide to Lennon. We managed to keep possession well there. Really quite happy with it. Right, Yanni out wide to DeGruchy. DeGruchy waiting for a run from Lennon. Actually goes infield here, which doesn't look very comfortable with. Gets it to McGinley. McGinley cutting inside here. Is he going to go for it? No, goes to Richards, and Richards goes for a shot. I need to put the wingers on to don't shoot, or shoot less often, because they are doing that quite often, and sometimes it works for them, sometimes it doesn't. I would much rather than find the pass to Taylor, because at the moment they're just wasting chances, and the more chances we waste while it's 1-0, the more chance there is of South Shields coming back into this game. While we are winning at half-time, hopefully, there we go, I jinxed it there, it is concerning because we should have more than one goal for that XG, and we don't. I'm going to say that one because we are capable of doing better. Now, I'm going to tell Glenn Taylor, not been good enough. Callum Ross has actually had a good game. We're just going to tell him to calm down. Ollie Dyson, who's been on a good run of form recently, needs to do better. And these two, we're just going to say you weren't that bad. Right, I am going to go into the players, and I am going to tell you to stop shooting because you're not very good at it. And I'm going to tell you to stop shooting because you're not very good at it. I think that's fair, personally. Now, we actually have multiple substitutions, but I'm not going to make any just yet. I'm going to stick with what we've got. We'll go into the second half because it is working, and we'll see what we can do. Second half, here we go. Let's see whether we can make it 2. Now, XG is initially, well, match momentum, I should say, started with Spennymoor, with South Shields. It's a bit concerning to see that, so I'm going to demand more from the boys because we don't want to let that continue and let them overtake us in this half, because if they get one and our confidence goes, that's it, we'll be done for. And I'm not here for that. I'm really not. Right, Broadbent launches it over. Mitchell gets there. Really, really good to see him just smother the ball like that. Pass it out to DeGruchy. The change I've been making when I've not felt confident with DeGruchy has been I've been putting Yanni to right back, shifting McGinley into defence, and I've been bringing on Staunton when we've not had another right back option. And I might end up doing that. Taylor with a header again. The crosses aren't really working for Taylor at the moment in this game. And it is, I think it's just one of those games where he's not going to have a good one. So we will need to make a decision at some point whether we keep him on the pitch or whether we bring someone on. We've got Will Harris available, who, of course, is our kind of backup striker. He was playing in the front two before the injury got to him early in the season. I just want to have a quick double check. See, I did all of this and it's reset again. It's followed me over, this curse, to the new save. Right, I just want to quickly double check you. I've left the game running in the background, which is always risky. Left foot going hard. We'll press you. And what about the wingers? Going hard, and we'll go. Nah, I don't like going in hard on too many players because we give away free kicks, so we're not very good against good free kicks. Right, keep you on your left. We'll keep you on your right. And one other thing I do want to do is change you to stop crosses. Right, we'll carry on. We'll see whether that can make a difference and see if it can just give us the edge on getting a second goal. While it's 1-0, I'm just, you know what I'm like at 2-0. I don't like it. I'm so nervous at 1-0 as well. Right, Richards cuts inside, goes to Beals. Beals now. Over to Dyson. Ross. Heavy touch, gives the ball away. Really disappointing from Ross, and that's probably going to be him coming off. I know Dyson's on a lower rating, but everyone's trying to intercept the ball, and they're just doing really bad jobs at it. If someone can actually intercept the ball here, it'd be great. This is going to be 1-1. It's got it written all over it. Fortunately, I can't read. That's what we'll say about that one. Right. Substitution o'clock. I am going to take Ross off. He is a liability on that yellow card as well. Tolson can come on. Been very hit and miss for us. He can do a decent job. I'm actually going to leave DeGruchy on because he's doing an alright job. Taylor's a weird one. I kind of want to take... Do you know what? I am going to take him off. Will Harris can come on. And we'll change him. We'll change him to a target forward on attack. We'll change him to that. Ollie Dyson should come off as well. I'm going to leave Ollie Dyson on with... You know, I could regret this with the benefit of hindsight. I'm going to leave him on for the time being and just see whether he can get something going. And we'll just go with those two for now. We have got more substitutions in the FA Cup, of course. So if we need to use more, we will use more. Right. Throw into us. McGinley now. Looking for someone to get the ball to. Gets to Tolson, who's just come on. Back to McGinley. He's going to whip it in, or is he going to do a short pass? Ends up getting it to Harris, and Will Harris immediately makes an impact and makes it 2-0. And in the 65th minute, that is a better lead than it would be at half-time because there's less time for them to get back in. And I feel like I can breathe a little bit more now because we have been very, very wasteful. It just wasn't Glenn Taylor's day, obviously. But Will Harris, who's not long come back from that injury, it's his first goal since coming back. And he's shown that he can score a goal in a single striker system, which we'd never tried before. So it's good to see it. It is good to see it. 2-0. It's tight offside. Who cares about that? Because we've gone and scored a goal. Right. Back on... Well, not back on top, but we're back on track. I'm looking a bit better now. That does make me feel a little bit better as well. Momentum-wise, we've completely swung it back in this half as well, which is good to see. Right. Fletcher. To Degruschi. Degruschi goes back to Yanni. I need to call him Yami, but he's not. He's Yanni. Right. He heads it onto no one. I mean, it would have been nice if Richards stayed as a winger there, but he didn't. Right, pass back to the goalkeeper who launches it forward. Blackett is going to challenge our guy. In fact, Blackett's won it there. Gets it back into the middle, but Fletcher does such a good job there. Does our boy Fletcher. He's had a good game today, Fletcher. Scored a goal, obviously, but he's done a bit of running as well. Did a bit of, attempted to intercept early, didn't do very well, but he's been trying to, and that's been the thing to me. And I've defended Degruschi in the fact that he hasn't played too badly, and he goes and does that. Ball over the top, looking for Blackett. Oh, Yanni. Oh, we've gone away with that. Oh, that was classic non-league defending on FM. That was classic non-league defending on FM. And somehow, we've gotten away with it. For now, at least. Right, Fletcher and the highlight ends. Oh, but it's a free kick. Dyson's now on a yellow as well. It's a free kick. Dyson's gotten better, by the way, looking at the game. But Briggs has got this free kick here. Mitchell manages to do just enough and it's cleared out of the way. 2-0, still a nervy scoreline. I know I said it was a bit better because it was later in the game, but my goodness. Right. Substitutions. Ollie Dyson, off. Dolan, on. McGinley, off. Staunton, on. Lennon, off. I mean, I could bring Ramshaw on. He's not the best option, but I could bring him on. Yeah, do you know what? No, I won't do that. I'll bring on Beckett. We signed him. He's barely done anything. We'll bring him on. Put Richards over to that side where he's meant to be better. Right, that'll be all of our substitutions. We've got a few minutes left. We'll do that. And we're also going to time waste. I'm going to slow the pace down when the goalkeeper's got the ball. And we'll regroup. I kind of want to slow the pace of our play down as well. So do you know what? We'll do that too. Just retain possession a little bit more. Just try and annoy them a little bit. Let them make some silly decisions with the ball at our feet. Maybe get a couple of yellow cards here or there. Maybe even a cheeky red. Might try and get them to do that. Right. Jenkins flipped over to Gomez. That's going to be 2-1. It is 2-1. As soon as you make those changes, Joe Gomez, not that one, goes and scores and makes it 2-1. That is disappointing. Right. We've got 4 minutes of added time left. We have let them back into this game a little bit, but we did enough, and it is 2-1, and we get through to the FA Cup third round, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Right, so that is that game done. The next game in 3 days, Scunthorpe. Let's see whether we can continue on our really, really good start to the league. We're currently 7 points ahead. We can be 10 points ahead if we win this one against a team who are mid-table. It's a must-win, and we really should be winning it as well. Okay, I'm bringing us back for the FA Cup draw. We have got the draw now. We could do the entire draw, but it's going to take forever, so I am going to skip it, but I thought I'd bring us up to this bit. So, can I start the draw, and we're going to advance to the end, and we'll see what we end up with. We could stay here forever, but I can't bother to mess around and wait that long. I'm an impatient man, so we're just going to skip to the ends. Let's see who we get. Right. Can we see ourselves on that screen? Spennymoor. Oh, we're at home. It's against Chelsea, but we're at home. Oh, that ruins the whole point of it. The whole point is we get a big team away from home. So now we have to try and hold out for a draw against Chelsea at Brewery Field. Brewery Field's the name of the stadium. That's about as bad as it could be. It's great if that's away from home. It's great if it's away from home. Wow. I mean, we'll come back for that in the next game. That'll be fun, but it's annoying. That's really annoying. Right. We're not a million miles away from the game against Scunthorpe, whose name I forgot because I was so blown away by the bad luck there. It's not bad luck. It's just annoying because obviously it's exactly what we wanted in terms of it's a big team. What's annoying is the fact that we wanted it away from home and just we can't have nice things, which is always the way in Football Manager. I think you'll agree. I'm just going to quickly sort these out. Carl Roberts will go in hard on him, pop him on his right foot and just be a bit naughty to him. We'll press the 2 defenders as normal. I'm going to press the keeper as well. And we'll leave that. Then the one thing I do want to change on our tactics is I want us to... Not that. I want to stop crosses coming in. I was going to do something to here as well. I don't know whether I want to change that. I was messing about with going through the middle at one point, but I'm going to change that back. Got buyer's remorse on that. I can't remember what we had tactic-wise for the last game. I can't remember whether I had that set up or not. Well, we're going to YOLO it. Right. This is the 11 for... No, it's not the 11 because we're going to make a change as well. Ledger's coming back in. Degushi did okay, but I ain't risking it. We're also going to move you as well. Ben El Mahani is going to come back into the... Not in the 11, but he's going to be in the squad. And that is pretty much our best starting 11 at this moment, I would say. Although I am going to have Will Harris on the bench on standby because I would like Glenn Taylor to do better. But that's the 11. You can see the changes we've made. Mitchell's going to be in goal. It's going to be Ledger, Yarni, Beals and McGinley. It's going to be Dyson and Ross in the middle. And it's going to be Lennon, Fletcher and Richards supporting Taylor up front. Hopefully, we can get 3 points from this league game. That would be lovely. We are yet to lose a league game. And I don't necessarily think Scunthorpe are the team that should be doing it. But you never know who's going to be the team to end the streak. So, it could be today, it could be this game, who knows. But you can see the run has gotten a little bit better. We had quite a few draws a few games ago that have gone off the screen, obviously, which is good to see. Now, Scunthorpe are in very mixed form. They have got that loss. They've only won 2 of their last 5. So, fingers crossed we can make it. That they've lost... We'll probably still be 2 of their last 5, but they've lost more games is the point that I'm trying to make. We're going to try and hopefully do that. Right, and of course it's Scunthorpe with a free kick, because of course it is. It's floated over the keeper, but it does go over, which is good to see. We are at Brewery Lane, so... Brewery Lane. I need to do like mouth exercises or vocal warm-ups for that one. My mouth doesn't like that one. We're at our home stadium, so we should hopefully be doing quite well here, but you never know. You just never know on Football Manager, especially when the camera's rolling. Right, McGinley into Richards, floats it in, looking for Lennon. Can't quite get there. What on earth did they just do? That was their defender's fault. That's atrocious from their defender. He should be ashamed of himself. Let's watch that again. Right. So Taylor gets it back to McGinley. McGinley goes into Richards. Richards floats it in. Lennon can't get there. The defender heads it across. And Scales heads it back towards Lennon, who hits it across to Fletcher, who makes it 1-0. That's atrocious defending from them. Goodness me, what a mistake that is. Oh, it's a horror show from their defence. But they now have an immediate free kick, which is over. We are going away a few free kicks here, but we are hard tackling a couple of their front players. One of the strikers and one of the wingers. So it is to be expected. They are all over us at the moment. They are all over us. Shot-wise, momentum-wise, we're getting walked over a little bit here. It's kind of like, you know, when sometimes you have Champions League games and then the next game you just really struggle. Like, those match statistics look like that, which is obviously very concerning because we're not in the Champions League. Right, McGinley now. Looking to come forward, looking to get the ball forward, get it to... Well, it doesn't get to Richards, it gets intercepted here. Really, really poor from us. Now, I think we're going to struggle out wide, aren't we? So what I am going to do, make an executive decision. We're going to play through the middle a little bit. I'm going to lower the tempo. We'll try and control the game a little bit more. Hit a few early crosses. Or Dyson's just going to break through and have a shot. Well, he didn't do anything, did he? But we are still 1-0 ahead. That's the main thing. But they have been all over us. We're going to try and get a bit of control over the game by trying to control the ball a little bit more. We're going to try and go through that middle section as well, just to see if we can break through with our boys. Because the wings are going to be very tightly contested. And match momentum-wise, it looks like, at least to begin with, that tactic is working. We've also had another opportunity as well, which is good to see. And I keep meaning to change this up here. There we go. That's more like it. Right, I think that change has actually worked looking at things because it has been a consistent change in the second half of the first half, the second quarter, if you will. Let's see whether we can carry on improving because we did improve as the half went on. Let's get to these guys and tell them that they can do better. Let's tell... Who do we want to tell? I didn't want to tell you that, but it worked. Dyson's done okay. He's fine. We have to tell you two to stop being silly so-and-sos. That'll do, really. That'll do. Right. Second half. Here we go. Right. I can't tell you to ease off tackles, so I'm going to tell you to stop it. by telling you to calm down. I'm going to tell you to calm down. And I'm also going to put you off ease off tackles. Right, Ross. Sorry, I hit the wrong pause button. I was meant to try and pause the game, and I didn't end up pausing the game there. Right, it's a whipped ball in, and we managed to defend it a little bit. Dyson heads it out, looking for Lennon. Doesn't really find him, though, which is a bit disappointing. Giving the ball away. Big ball over the top. That has been a bit of a weakness of ours, I've got to say. The big ball over the top. So are wonder goals, and if that had gone in, they'd have deserved it, quite frankly, because that would have been spectacular. We ended the second half really well. The second half has been a bit of a struggle to begin with, but we are still on top, and again, we're giving these silly free kicks away. We do need to be a bit careful with this. That was a scramble there. That was an absolute scramble. Right, I'm going to demand more from the boys I'm going to demand more from all the boys that I can, because that was disappointing. I'm going to go attacking as well. It was a scramble in the box. I mean, we don't really need to see it again, but we will do. It's just awful defending. It really is. Very, very disappointing. And now we need to try and push on a little bit. Right, I'm going to put the tempo back up a little bit. And we're going to go narrow a little bit as well. I'm going to try and push through the middle a little bit more. Take early crosses off. I don't necessarily know whether that's done anything. But we'll try and do that. See if we can just get a bit more of a foothold and try and get a winner here. That's the plan, obviously. Right, another no-show from Taylor today. So he's coming off. Will Harris is coming on. If this is how it has to be, this is how it has to be. If this is how Taylor goes out, if Harris scores the goals, I don't really care how it happens. Right, Ross out for Tolson. Charlie, I mean, this is our last substitution here, so it's a bit of a risk. But we're going to bring on El Mahani. We're going to move him and Richards the other way around and just go with that, I think. Triple change. Fire the boys up. Let's go. Let's go for it. Let's try and get a goal, shall we, boys? Let's try and get a goal. Whether we can or not is another matter. Right. 1-1. Final few minutes. We're racking up the yellow cards. We're not really doing much else. A draw's not the end of the world, but we should be beating this lot. In the mid-table, we should be beating them, but we're not going to. And I'm actually going to berate the boys for it. If we concede now that I've just berated them. Right, get rid of it, boys. Right, Richards. Oh, my God. If I've berated them and we now score a winner, that'd be hilarious. Right, Ben Mahoney. Ben El Mahoney. I'm going to get his name right in a minute. Right, he's still got the ball here. Gets it into the box, into Fletcher. Tolson puts it over. And that is going to be the game. I'm kind of happy that we shouted at them now. Draw's not the end of the world, but at home, I'd be expecting to beat them. It is what it is. It is what it is, but you know what? It wasn't a loss, and that is the main thing. Disappointed some of the boys there. I don't really know why. Right, well, that is how the table is going to look. We still have a game in hand as well, which is nuts. Are we still 7 points? We're still 7 points clear. We're still 7 points clear. No, we're not. I'm doing my maths wrong. We're 5 points clear. That's more like it. But we could be 8 points clear if we win our game in hand. We still haven't lost a game as well, by the way. But we have drawn the most in the top 8. But, you know, better than losing loads. Right, we're going to be back for the game around Chelsea. We have to be, obviously. I will come back for another game around there as well. Maybe Chorley, maybe Needham Market. Who knows? I'll have a think about it and decide which one it will be. But fingers crossed, a miracle will happen at Brewery Field against Chelsea and we'll get to go to Stamford Bridge. I highly doubt it, but one can hope. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a big like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. And you put a big smile on this face right here. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.